I'm always looking for new inspiration when it comes to chicken salads, and Joe McMillan is here to show us a delicious version, healthy too, which is good.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Well, do you know what? I really wanted to do a chicken Caesar salad because who doesn't love a chicken Caesar? But let's be honest, it's not the healthiest salad.
That's probably why we all love it.
Yeah, well, you know, it's got a bit of sort of lettuce that's watery lettuce that hasn't got a lot of nutrition in it. And of course, the chicken's great, but, you know, there's not a lot of veggies. The dressing's not spectacular. So this is spectacular, Justine, and it really is.
Fantastic.
So we're going to use a chicken breast.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of chicken breast. It can be really dry.
Yeah.
But the trick is not to overcook it. So I am going to use a chicken breast. And the whole key to this dressing are the veggies that go in it. So I've called it nutrient pimped because I am using some really good veggies in there, but I'm going to get you to do the dressing.
Can do.
Now, the little key to the dressing is to put some Worcester sauce and anchovies. How do you feel about anchovies? Because this is a dividing food, I feel.
You've come to the right place because I love anchovies, and particularly these ones that you've chosen, white anchovies.
Right, I'm glad you brought that up because I
Love
do
them.
think in part it's the anchovies you choose.
Yes.
And look, if you hate anchovies, you can leave them out of the salad, but I do suggest, don't think I don't like anchovies, I'm not putting them in my sauce, because they're different in the sauce, right?
So
you don't really get that very fishy taste in the sauce.
No.
But it does give the umami flavour.
Let's talk about the avocado that we're adding, because this is a great thing. When you make a typical Caesar sauce, loads and loads and loads of oil.
Yeah.
Great substitute.
I love it because you're getting, when you have a whole food, you're getting all the fibre, the nutrients, the folate, the magnesium, all the other nutrients that are in the food. And I just think avocado works really well in the dressing. It gives that beautiful creaminess. And of course, you're going to get that green colour too. So I'm also adding extra virgin olive oil.
Yes.
And I've put some extra virgin olive oil onto my chicken breast. And that's the other key to really keep this nice and moist. And I'm just popping my chicken into the pan. All I've done is just extra virgin olive oil and some salt.
Fantastic.
So into the pan it goes.
So dressing-wise, a whole avocado for this?
Yeah, well, that's quite a big avocado. I'm going to suggest just use half.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to find quite a thick dressing and it's more of a dip than a dressing. So let's just use half.
And we don't waste
We'll keep
avocados.
that.
That's for my breakfast tomorrow morning.
Exactly. And then we're going to use some really good extra virgin olive oil. And I suggest choosing quite a robust flavoured one. We're putting some Dijon mustard, some capers. You know, so you're getting that gorgeous, you want some really, you know, bitey, punchy ingredients into this.
Yes.
Garlic, and I put 2 cloves in. If you really don't like raw garlic, you can cut the garlic back or leave the garlic out if you must.
I love the sound of this. This just is up my alley completely.
So this is the other big difference. A traditional Caesar, you'll see I've got some gorgeous dark leafy greens here. And that's your key when you're using leafy greens. The darker and crispier, crunchier the leaves are, the better the nutrition. And then here's my secret nutrient pimped ingredient. It's another food that can divide. The good old Brussels sprout, but you know what? This is my favourite vegetable. So these are really good, just simply steamed or roasted in the oven with extra virgin olive oil, but I'm going to use them a bit differently today because we're using them raw. So the trick to that is slice them really, really thinly. So use a mandolin or a very sharp knife, and that's the trick to using them raw in a salad.
Very nice. All right, I'll blend this until it's nice and smooth. And how about that can be my job? Thin.
I'd love you to do that
Thin, thin, thin.
my fingers stay intact. Beautifully sliced. Justine, thank you very much. So we're going to put those in there. Do you want to slice up the chicken for me? And we are ready to go. And this dressing, honestly, you've got to try this dressing at home because it is so good. Just drizzle your dressing in. This dressing will make more than you need, obviously, for, you know, just 1 or 2 salads. And I'm just going to toss it with my fingers.
Okay.
Because, you know, I'm like that. I wash my hands, you know.
Delicate when we're dressing salad so it doesn't bruise.
Yeah. And then we're ready to plate up.
Fantastic. And this chicken has come off the grill, so it's quite hot, so you need to let it rest, just like any protein. and it'll stay succulent.
It will. That is the trick, isn't it? Especially with chicken breast. So I'm just going to pile my leaves. I'll put some dressing on there and be generous. You know, you want to have a couple of cups at least of leafy greens every day. So be generous. Go ahead with your chicken. Okay. I'm going to add some hard-boiled eggs or, you know, soft-boiled, depending how much you like them done.
Full of protein.
Full of protein, full of nutrients. Don't omit the egg yolk, for goodness sake.
Yeah, there was a stage there where everyone thought, I know you can correct me, it's all about the egg whites, forget about the egg yolk. But
I know, which is unfair because actually a lot of the protein, it's not all in the egg white. Actually, a lot of the protein is also in the egg yolk, and it's where all of the, you know, micronutrients are. So that means your vitamins and minerals, and the colour comes from these amazing carotenoids that help with your eyes. So, you know, now I love anchovies, so I'm going for quite a few. But of course, if you hate them, just leave them out. Do you want to go with some croutons? Now, you can make your own homemade croutons at home. All we've done here is just chop whole grain sourdough bread into my nice cubes, toss them in extra virgin olive oil, and I did them in the air fryer, but you can also just do them in the oven if you don't have an air fryer. Fantastic. And I'm going to grate over some fresh, I'm just using a vegetable peeler if this one works. Parmesan again just adds those beautiful flavours, I think, into this dish. I love parmesan.
Nice and salty. And do you know what I really love about your salad, Jo, is the dressing, because it's full of the healthy fats, avocado. It's so good for you.
It is, absolutely. And that's what we have to remember, is that we do need those good fats. And it just gives so much flavour to the salad. And that's what I think turns a salad that is okay, got nice ingredients, into an amazing salad, is the dressing.
I didn't even mention the anchovies because they're there, but they're not fishy at all.
Yeah, I think that's what people don't realise. I often put anchovies into the base of a sauce, even things like my bolognese sauce. I put some anchovies in at the start. You don't taste the anchovy, but somehow it gives it just that nice, salty, umami, savoury flavour.
You've nailed it. She's a wealth of knowledge and she makes amazing salads too.